Hello folks and welcome to Paddock Pass, the Italian Grand Prix edition from the Autodromo di Monza on the outskirts of Milan. It's wonderful to be back. The theatre, Temple of Speed that this place is, it's mega. There is rain in their clouds, which we think will probably hit tomorrow for practice, maybe Saturday for qualifying as well. Grand Prix itself should be dry. But we've been here since Monday. We're filming a new episode of Off the Grid, all about Italy and Monza. There is the Silverstone edition of Off the Grid comes your way this Saturday. But we've been here filming all week, and one of the things which you'll be able to see in the Monza edition of Off the Grid is we had a great time with Daniel Ricciardo karting yesterday. He's actually making his own go-karts in a little place just around the corner from the track here in Monza. But he's the first person we caught up with today. We talked a little bit about the karting. He gets these weird lumps on his side when he gets in a go-kart. It's freakish. Anyway, so yeah, they're still there a little bit, but great fun. Daniel Ricciardo, as always, just smiling as wide as possible at a track that he loves.
How's your ribs?
Yeah, it's my neck this morning. Yeah, a little bit, like head bobbling around. And you gave me a bit of a big head with that nice quote in the press release, so thanks for that.
What did I say?
You said that you went public with learning the faster line from me.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
I found a £100 note in my pocket. I figured that was from you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh.
How are you?
Actually, they're all right. My love handles,
Oh, mate.
They've gone down.
Disgusting. So gross. Engine penalties already this weekend.
Awesome.
So that's something to look forward to.
It is.
Hopes?
Hopes that the engine we put in has a bit more horsepower. It should do. I guess it'll be like a later spec, so it should be a little bit more crisp. And then, I mean, now I've gone past the whole early season disappointments. I'm just like, I'm just, I guess, having fun now and enjoying it. So the way I see it is we start from the back. We're going to overtake some people, and I love overtaking, so I think we're still going to have a fun day on Sunday.
You love it here, don't you?
It is. It's cool. I love Monza. The track's always been... It's strange because there's not that many corners and there's a lot of straights. I normally like lots of corners, lots of flow, but there's still something about it which is cool. I guess it's the speeds, the low downforce. It's really tricky. It's a challenge, but it makes it fun and you can overtake. So, yeah, it's got... I mean, if it's anything like last year's race, then I think, yeah, I'll have a big smile on my face.
Hey, folks, look. It's Ted Kravitz from Paddock Uncut. Hi, Ted. He's going to love that. He won't. He'll hate it. Ted Kravitz there. In front of Williams, who have today re-signed both of their drivers. Hooray! The 2015-2016 driver silly season gets duller by the day. So another team who's reconfirmed these drivers for next year. But it's, you know what, solid lineup. Bottas and Massa. So much talk about would Bottas be going to Ferrari or what was going to happen. So, you know, great for them, great for the team to have that consistency. But again at Spa, we saw a simple mistake by the team in that pit stop rob them of what should have been a better result. First question then to Felipe was on that very subject. How do they eradicate those tiny mistakes which are costing them so dear? Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Coming here to Monza, obviously on the back of a Belgian Grand Prix that didn't quite go to plan for the team. How much is the team working on mistakes that are still being made in order to move forward?
I think the team is always working about everything. So mistakes definitely is not nice, to have, but can be part of our situation, our job. So it's important not to repeat any mistakes that we as a driver and the team, as a group, or we as a group, making. I mean, we always need to try to do the best we can, to do everything on the perfect way, on the best way. So definitely is always working, not to repeat there, and trying to do everything on the best way, to achieve exactly the points we want to achieve every race.
Pirelli's come out this weekend with new parameters for the use of tyres, pressures, camber, that kind of thing. You were very vocal a couple of years ago at Silverstone when there were the multiple tyre failures. How confident are you in the tyre product coming into this weekend?
Yeah, I think we want to have the safe tyres, the safe car, the safe everything, to race and to risk ourselves on the proper way. But understanding that everything will work like it needs to be work, So we need to be sure that we go into the track with everything in the perfect way and working in the perfect way, and I really hope they understand what they are doing and they understand what's happened in the last week, in the last race, that they had some, we have as a Formula One issues that is not really nice and acceptable also to have. So I really hope they understand what they're doing.
Safety paramount in everyone's mind this weekend after we lost Justin in IndyCar. Having experienced head injuries yourself in Formula One, looking towards the future of this sport, is it time that we rethink cockpit safety? What can be done? What would you like to see done?
I really believe that's an area that we need to investigate in the proper way and study in the proper way how to improve. I mean, I really am not against to close the cockpit. Really, I really in favor for our safety. This is more important than anything. Even if you change, it's not open car, is a closed car. But I mean, the competition and everything will be the same. So I really not against it, but I think for many accidents, even if it's closed cockpit, maybe the result would have been similar. So I think how it will close and which material you will put there. So it needs to be bulletproof material, for what's happened to Wilson, or what's happened to me. Maybe in the Jules accident, nothing will change. So I think it really needs to be studied the best way to help to make the car safer, but not just close, but not doing anything, So I think it's important to make a big study around that area and understand what's the best thing to put or to close, or maybe to put that material that I saw in the Mercedes car that maybe somebody did it, which was quite intelligent, the idea as well. I don't know, but I think it needs to be investigated and studied in the proper way that we can change, we can improve that area and not to see this type of accident like my accident, and Wilson, which is really not really feel a lot sorry for what happens in Formula Indy a few weeks ago. So I really hope we understand and we improve that area.
The scene behind me is not something you normally see at 4:25 on a Thursday afternoon in the paddock. Normally everything is done, everything is up, everything is clean, everything is looking beautiful. There's normally a big canopy on the top of this motorhome here, but Lotus have had a very difficult 2 weeks. The trucks were impounded, not allowed out of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit after that great Belgian Grand Prix result. Amidst continuing rumours of buyouts, purchases, a deal with Renault, is it on, is it off, is there another purchaser potentially looking at buying the team? Nobody really knows. So on arrival here in Monza, we talked to Lotus's Federico Gastaldi about how the past 2 weeks have been since Romain Grosjean's podium, how the team finds themselves here, and really just how difficult things are at the moment for this great team and great group of people from Enstone. We're here in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Obviously, the team's been a lot in the news over the past 2 weeks. Could you give us just a bit of background, what happened after the checkered flag fell on that great result in Spa, but what happened since then to now?
Well, bitter and sweet. By all means, a fantastic result, from Romain and the team. Unfortunately, Pastor couldn't finish the race. This event, that happened in the Spa, which was actually went out of hand, totally unpredictable, to be honest. But obviously we're here, so we sorted out. It was something, that again, it shouldn't have happened. Nothing. We're here now, getting ready for tomorrow, and trying to get the best out of this race. For me, it's being at home. From Italian upbringing, so. For me, this is a fantastic race, and I know that all the guys at the team, they really love this place. So working on it, trying to move forward, waiting to see what happened with our friends from Renault. Still all, moving forward. We just need to understand how things will go in between here and Singapore.
Obviously, you're running a little bit behind today. The guys are still putting everything together. What has been the hold-up? What's been the reason for everything being delayed?
Well, because the tracks, they were held in Spa because of this situation that we have had with Charles Pic. And again, it was, and unfortunately, thing that happened. But actually, we went through a normal procedure, which is, a legal procedure. So once that you find yourself in that situation, you have to go, with the routine of the court and all that. So we managed to leave, very late. But again, it was. We try to advance, as much as possible, with our lawyers. But then we have to obviously wait until all the paperwork that were done, and here we are. But
you mentioned Singapore. Do you think the deal will be done before Singapore?
Well, to be honest, I don't have any details. Not that I'm hiding. I'm just hoping myself, that we have something to say soon, because again, everyone knows about our possible joint venture again with Renault, and we are all very pleased waiting to make it happen. So again, for us, it will be having them. They're part of the family, so there's no wonder.
Roman gave us some insight when he got that wonderful podium in Spa of just what a difficult season it's been, and I don't think everyone maybe outside of the paddock has seen how much of a struggle it has been for you guys this year with the car, with putting updates on it, with the flow of finances being what they are. How proud are you of the team and how they've handled themselves, and what does it say about this team that you've been able to carry on as you have up to this point?
Well, as I keep saying, maybe it might sound redundant, but for me, I keep saying, for me, we have the best team in the paddock. The Ainston family, it's the best. Again, we keep working, against all odds, and again, everyone knows that it's not our best year financially speaking, but the people are still the same. They have, they're passionate about it, and they just keep working, and it's by all means, a team, and I'm very proud to be part of it, to be honest.